In normal times, the Easter Sunday celebration at Five Wounds Church in San Jose is a passionate affair. At the end of Mass, parishioners spill out of the church and into the street for a procession and celebration, but not this year. It was not by any measure the Easter Sunday celebration they had envisioned.
Be humble, wash one another's feet as I did to you.
A passionate sermon delivered to empty pews. No parishioner allowed to answer the call of the tolling bells at San Jose's Five Wounds Church.
Blessed are those called to the supper of the Lamb.
It is a conundrum of the coronavirus outbreak. What happens to a congregation not allowed to congregate? What is a pastor, a shepherd, to do with a flock that's scattered and isolated and often suffering alone?
Sometimes we plan one thing and God provides something else. And I truly believe there's a lot of good that we will learn from this.
For Father Antonio Silveira and his team at Five Wounds, the path from the emergency shelter and place order to Easter Sunday would be paved with the challenges of technology and the blessings and mysteries of faith.
It's a beautiful church here. It's like being in heaven whenever I walk through the door.
And that was the genesis of an idea.
I just said, Father Antonio, let's live stream this on Instagram and Facebook. I've never live streamed before. I'm not a technical person, really.
Jesus Christ continues to preach, continues with his mission.
With just a skeleton crew and a bare-bones setup, basically 2 cell phones duct taped to a makeshift tripod, Five Wounds broadcast its first live morning Mass on Tuesday, March 17th.
He continued to preach in the synagogue.
On Facebook,
because he knew his hour had not yet come.
And Instagram. And for housebound parishioners, it was like an answered prayer.
There's a connection to the church. There's a connection of something there that will give us some comfort.
Do this in memory of me.
And day by day, little by little, the good news spread. Beyond the parish, beyond even the Bay Area, with people regularly tuning in and commenting from Portugal to the Philippines, Brazil to Bangladesh, just to name a few. Each a thread in a tapestry of faith woven together by social media.
There was one service that reached on my Instagram account and Facebook over 2,200 people. At a normal daily weekday Mass, we have maybe 30, 35 people.
The service and the video setup, Lisa Berry says, wasn't fancy, but it was effective.
It wasn't my idea. It had to have been God's, because it would never be my idea. I'm the least technical person. In fact, I feel kind of like David with my slingshot. I don't have all the equipment that a lot of churches have.
The virus has frayed the fabric of our lives, robbed us of work and school and so many of the other things we enjoy. The fabric of faith has been similarly tested, strained by the need to separate and the desire to connect. Its fiber has proven surprisingly pliable. Like many places of worship, the daily Mass at Five Wounds has provided comfort to a virtual community of believers, far beyond the welcoming walls of this largely empty church.
I do feel more connected. I hope and pray that once we are out of this, I'm confident that we will have a lot more people attending our services.
One of the many Easter traditions at the church is the ceremonial washing of the feet of 12 parishioners by the pastor. It's an homage to Jesus and his ministry to the poor and downtrodden. It's also almost unimaginable in an age of coronavirus, just one more tradition canceled this year.